Hello, welcome back to the third part of Chinese statue. In the last video, we had completed till the point where the craftsman was bound to give the statue of the Emperor Kung to the minister Alexander Heathcote. Now, let's look at the next part. The little craftsman bowed. I must fix a base on the statue, he said, or you will not be able to put the piece on view. So the craftsman said that, sir, let me fix a base in the statue, otherwise you will not be able to place it for decoration. He went to a corner of the room and opened a wooden packing chest that must have housed 100 bases for his own statues. Then he went to one corner of the room. He opened a chest यानी कि एक डिब्बा था, एक खजाने टाइप में. तो he opened that chest and he saw that there were various bases, यानी कि सारे के सारे bases जो मूर्तियों में लगाता था वो, that was kept in that chest. So he tried searching a good base for that statue. Rummaging around he picked out a base decorated with small dark figures that the minister did not care for, but which nevertheless made a perfect fit. Then, after searching so much of it, he found a good piece. So, after searching so much, he found a decorated small dark base that the minister did not look at. He did not pay much attention to that base. But it was a perfect fit. It immediately fitted as a base below the statue. The old man assured Sir Alexander that although he did not know the base history, the piece bore the mark of a good craftsman. And this craftsman told that I do not know much about this base, but I know only one thing, that it must have been made by a skilled craftsman. The embarrassed minister took the gift and tried hopelessly to thank the little old man. Now, why the minister was embarrassed, ये हम लोगों ने लास्ट वीडियो में देखा था, बिकॉज उसने अपने दिल की इच्छा अनऑफिशियली आउट कर दी कि काश ये मूर्ति मेरी हो जाए, ड्यू टू विच चाइनीज़ कस्टम के हिसाब से क्राफ्ट्समैन को वो मूर्ति उसे देनी पड़ी, एंड ही फेल्ट एम्बैरस्ड. तो वो झेप रहा था, बहुत ज़्यादा घबरा रहा था, बट ही समहाउ tried to thank the old craftsman. The craftsman once again bowed low as Sir Alexander. An expressionless Mandarin left the little workshop. The craftsman also in return bowed before the minister, and then the Mandarin and this minister, they left the shop. As the party travelled back to Peking, the Mandarin observed the terrible state the minister was in and uncharacteristically spoke first. Your Excellency is no doubt aware, he said, of the old Chinese custom that when a stranger has been generous, you must return the kindness within the calendar year. Now, when he returned back to Peking, the minister along with the Mandarin ने उसके चेहरे के expressions को read किया. And then he said कि sir, I think you must be knowing the Chinese custom that if somebody has given you something, or when a stranger has been generous, you too should return the same kindness, but within the calendar यानी उसी साल के अंदर. Sir Alexander smiled his thanks and thought carefully about the Mandarin's words. Once again in his official residence, he went immediately to the embassy's extensive library to see if he could discover a realistic value for a little masterpiece. Now, Sir Alexander smiled because it was just like a relieving thought that was given to him, or a relieving advice. Then he went back to his home, and there in the embassy's extensive library, he tried to find the cost of that statue, कि उसकी रियल वैल्यू क्या होगी और उसके हिसाब से मुझे क्या वापस करना चाहिए एज अ गिफ्ट. After much diligent research, he came across a drawing of a Ming statue that was almost an exact copy of the one now in his possession, and with the help of the Mandarin, he was able to assess its true worth. A figure that came to almost 3 years' emolument for a servant of the crown. The minister discussed the problem with Lady Heathcote, and she left her husband in no doubt as to course of action he must take. Now, after much research, what he did was he came to know with the help of the Mandarin the exact value of that statue, because उसको एक फिगर मिली, ड्राइंग ऑफ दैट फिगर ऑफ मिंग स्टैचू, और ये बिल्कुल वैसा ही था एज अ स्टैचू दैट ही हैड विद इन हिमसेल्फ. सो देन ही विद द हेल्प ऑफ मैंड्रीन उसको ट्रू वैल्यू उसकी पता चली, एंड वो ऑलमोस्ट कितनी थी, 3 years एमोल्यूमेंट फॉर अ सर्वेंट ऑफ द क्राउन, जो 3 साल तक राजा की सेवा करते हुए जिस नौकर को बहुत ज़्यादा सैलरी मिलती है, वो 3 years की सैलरी के बराबर हो गया ये, यानी कि दैट मच अमाउंट. सो नाउ this minister, Sir Alexander Heathcote, he discussed with his own wife, Lady Heathcote, and then she gave him some good advice, which left no doubt in his mind. The following week, the minister dispatched a letter by private messenger to his bankers, Coutts and Company in the Strand, London, requesting that they send a large part of his savings to reach him in Peking as quickly as possible. When the funds arrived, 9 weeks later, the minister again approached the Mandarin, who listened to his questions and gave him the details he had asked for 7 days later. Now, next week, what did the minister do? He wrote a letter to his bank, which was present at London, and the bankers were Coutts and Company, which was in the Strand, London. He requested them कि मेरी जितनी भी सेविंग्स है उसका बहुत बड़ा अमाउंट आप मुझे भेज दें, and then he received it as quickly as possible. Now 9 weeks later he received those funds. When he received those funds 9 weeks later, then with the help of the Mandarin, he discussed something. He asked some questions from the Mandarin. The Mandarin gave him the answer 7 days later. यानी जो सवाल मिनिस्टर ने मैंडरीन से पूछा था, तो मैंडरीन ने 7 दिन के बाद उन सवालों का जवाब ढूंढ के उसको दे दिया. The Mandarin had discovered that little craftsman Yung Li came from the old and trusted family of Yung Shao, who had for some 500 years been craftsman. दिस मीन्स कि ये जो मिनिस्टर था इसने जो है मैंड्रीन से कहा था कि जाके पता लगाओ क्राफ्ट्समैन के बारे में. तो द रियल नेम ऑफ द क्राफ्ट्समैन वॉज यूंग ली, एंड ही केम फ्रॉम एन ओल्ड ट्रेडिशनल फैमिली ऑफ यूंग शाओ. और 500 ईयर्स से ये लोग जो इनका पूरा ख़ानदान है, दे हैव बीन क्राफ्ट्समैन. Sir Alexander also learned that many of Yung Li's ancestors had examples of the work in the palaces of Manchu princes. When he also came to know कि Yung Li के कुछ जो पूर्वज थे उन्होंने सेवा की थी एक मंचू प्रिंसेस के यहाँ भी. Yung Li himself was growing old and wished to retire to the hills above the village where his ancestors had always died. सो व्हाट वाज हिज लास्ट विश कि जब मैं ओल्ड हो जाऊँ, युंगली की विश थी कि जब मैं ओल्ड हो जाऊँ तो आई शुड लिव इन अ विलेज अबव द हिल्स, मैं वहाँ रिटायर होके रहूँ, बिकॉज जितने भी इसके पूर्वज थे वो हमेशा हिल्स पे ही जाके रहते थे, वहीं पर उनकी डेथ होती थी. His son was ready to take over the workshop from him and continue the family tradition, क्योंकि उसका बेटा बड़ा हो चुका था और वो रेडी भी था कि वो फैमिली ट्रेडिशन को आगे बढ़ाए. सो दिस ओल्ड यूंग ली वांटेड टू रिटायर टू द हिल्स. द मिनिस्टर थैंक्ड द मैंड्रीन फॉर हिज डिलिजेंस एंड हैड ओनली वन मोर रिक्वेस्ट ऑफ हिम. द मैंड्रीन लिसन सिंपैथेटिकली टू द एम्बेसडर फ्रॉम इंग्लैंड एंड रिटर्न टू द पैलेस टू सीक एडवाइस. नाउ दिस मिनिस्टर वॉज क्वाइट हैप्पी कि मैंड्रीन ने उसकी इतनी मदद की है, एंड देन ही आस्क्ड हिम सम पीस ऑफ एडवाइस ऑल्सो. तो मैंड्रीन ने उनकी बात सुनी, एंड देन ही रिटर्न टू द पैलेस टू सीक सम एडवाइस, की कुछ पैलेस में भी जाकर वो कुछ सलाह ले सके. अ फ्यू डेज लेटर द एम्प्रेस ग्रांटेड सर एलेक्जेंडर्स रिक्वेस्ट, यानी कि मैंड्रीन से उसने कुछ कहा था कि आप प्रिंसेस से जाके कुछ रिक्वेस्ट मेरी रखें. एंड देन फ्यू वीक्स लेटर द प्रिंसेस हैड granted his request. Almost a year to the day, the minister, accompanied by the Mandarin, set out again from Peking for the village of Ha Li Chuan. When Sir Alexander arrived, the He immediately dismounted from his horse and entered the workshop that he remembered so well. The old man was seated at his bench, his flat hat slightly askew, a piece of uncarved ivory held lovingly between his fingers. He looked up from his work and shuffled towards the minister, not recognizing his guest immediately until he could almost touch the foreign giant. Then he bowed low. The minister spoke through the Mandarin. I have returned, sir, within the calendar year to repay my debt. Now, 1 साल हो गया था इस बात को. सो ऑन दैट वेरी डे जब उसको वो किंग कुंग डायनेस्टी के किंग की तस्वीर स्टैचू मिली थी, just 1 year later, now he was ready to move to हाली चुआन विलेज. Who was ready? सर एलेक्जेंडर हैथकॉट. वो हाली चुआन गए अपने मैंडरीन के साथ. ही रिकग्नाइज द शॉप कि कहाँ से उसको वो स्टैचू मिली थी. वहाँ ये उतरा घोड़े से. ही वेंट इनसाइड. There he saw that the old man was sitting on a bench and his hat was slightly tilted on his head, and he was holding some ivory piece in his hands and working on it. Immediately the old man, he looked up and immediately he could not recognize that who was there. But when he touched the giant, because he was 6 foot and 3 inches tall, so when he touched him, then he immediately recognized and bowed low in front of him. Now Sir Alexander Hathcourt, with the help of the Mandarin, told him that I have come back within a calendar year to return you my debt. Debt कर्जा क्या था कि उसने उसको गिफ्ट दिया था कुंग मिंग डायनेस्टी के किंग कुंग की, तो फिर इसको भी कुछ वापस करना है. There was no need, Your Excellency. My family is honored that the little statue lives in a great embassy and may one day be admired by the people of your own land. The old man said in a courteous way that, sir, इसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है, because our family is quite happy that the statue is lying within the embassy, and then people would admire it. The whole world will see it and they will admire. The minister could think of no words to form an adequate reply and simply requested that the old man should accompany him on a short journey. So minister ने कुछ बोला नहीं, but he requested the old man to go with him on a short journey. The craftsman agreed without question, and the 3 men set out on donkeys towards the north. Now all of them, they sat on donkeys and then they headed towards the north. They travelled for over 2 hours up a thin winding path to the hills behind the craftsman's shop, and when they reached the village of Matin, they were met by another Mandarin who bowed low to the minister and requested Sir Alexander and the craftsman to continue their journey with him on foot. They walked in silence to the far side of the village and only stopped when they reached a hollow in the hill from which there was a magnificent view of the valley all the way down to Hali Chuan. So when they were moving towards that north, तो 2 घंटे में वो लोग कहाँ जा रहे थे? टूवर्ड्स अ वाइंडिंग पाथ ऑफ द हिल्स. टेढ़े मेढ़े रास्ते थे हिल्स में. एंड देयर दे रीच द विलेज ऑफ मातीन. देयर अनदर मैंडरीन वॉज वेटिंग फॉर सर एलेक्जेंडर एंड द क्राफ्ट्समैन. ही बाउड लो इन फ्रंट ऑफ देम एंड रिक्वेस्टेड देम कि आप लोग पैदल चल के आए मेरे साथ. नाउ दे वर वॉकिंग साइलेंटली टूवर्ड्स द विलेज, टू द फार साइड ऑफ द विलेज, and they reached at a point where they could see a beautiful and a magnificent view of Hali Chuan village. In the hollow stood a newly completed small white house of the most perfect proportions. Now when they reached to a hollow side, they could see a small white house which was perfectly built. 2 stone lion dogs, tongues hanging over the lips, guarded the front entrance. Now 2 stone lion dogs were kept on either side to guard the gate of that house, and their tongue was, you can say, protruding outwards. The little old craftsman, who had not spoken since he had left his workshop, remained mystified by the purpose of the journey until the minister turned to him and offered a small inadequate gift, and my feeble attempt to repay you in kind. Now, as soon as the craftsman saw this beautiful house and the two stone lions, he was mesmerized. He was quite, you can say, attracted by the beauty of that house, and he could not speak anything more. But the minister said कि ये एक छोटा सा गिफ्ट है जो मैं आपको देना चाहता हूँ. The craftsman fell to his knees and begged forgiveness of the mandarin, as he knew it was forbidden for an artisan to accept gifts from a foreigner. The mandarin raised the frightened blue finger from the ground, explaining to his countryman that the empress herself had sanctioned the minister's request. क्राफ्ट्समैन जो है वो घुटनों के बल बैठ गया, एंड ही स्टार्टेड आस्किंग फॉरगिवनेस फ्रॉम द मिनिस्टर कि आप माफ़ कर दीजिए, मैंड्री ने पता नहीं आपको क्या क्या बोल दिया है, बट इट इज़ नॉट अ कस्टम दैट वी शुड एक्सेप्ट द गिफ्ट फ्रॉम द फॉरेनर्स. बट द मैंड्रीन देन रेज दैट मैन एंड सेड कि ये एम्परस ने खुद ही इस बात को सैंक्शन किया था. A smile of joy came over the face of the craftsman, and he slowly walked up to the doorway of the beautiful little house, unable to resist running his hand over the carved lion dogs. Now, when he heard कि चलो empress ने ही आज्ञा दी थी, then he was quite happy and he moved inside the house, touching the stone lions. And the three travelers then spent over an hour admiring the little house before returning in silent mutual happiness back to the workshop in Hali Chuan. So all the three, they entered the house and they admired the beauty for over an hour, and then they returned back to Hali Chuan. The two men thus parted honor satisfied, and Sir Alexander wrote to his embassy that night content that his actions had met with the approval of the mandarin as well as Lady Heathcote. Now, after doing all this good work, Sir Alexander Heathcote was quite satisfied and he returned back. He was feeling quite satisfied कि चलो मेरा काम किसी को satisfy कर गया, और जो लेडी हेथकॉट ने मुझे सलाह दी थी और जो मैंड्रीन ने I had done up to that mark. The minister completed his tour of duty in Peking, and the empress awarded him the Silver Star of China, and a grateful queen added a KCVO to his already long list of decorations. After a few weeks back at Foreign Office clearing the China desk, Sir Alexander retired to his native Yorkshire, the only English country whose inhabitants still hope to be born and die in the same place, not unlike the Chinese. Now, after completing his service of 3 years, this minister was then awarded the title of Silver Star of China by the Empress, and she added more gifts to his valuable gifts also. She added a KCVO also, and after a few weeks he returned to his foreign office after completing his service at China. He returned to Yorkshire, which was the only country where the people still believe that हम लोग जन्म भी वहीं लेते हैं और मरते भी वहीं हैं उसी स्थान पे, and no other place. Sir Alexander spent his final years in the home of his late father with his wife and little Ming Emperor. The statue occupied the center of mantelpiece in the drawing room for all to see and admire. Now, his later years, Sir Alexander spent in his house where his late father had died, and he spent the rest of his years with his wife in that house, and on the mantelpiece he had decorated that Emperor Kung statue so that people can admire it and see it properly. So we have finished up till here. The rest we'll do in the next turn, because I want that things should be very clear, so I am making small videos for each and every part of the story. Thank you.